Electric buses have been a common sight in many major European cities for quite some time now. However, most of these buses are hybrids that switch to diesel or gasoline once their battery runs out of charge. A new experiment has begun in Malaga, Spain, where bus recharging systems has been installed at bus stops. How do they work when the driver brakes in the designated area and opens the doors for passengers? A hatch in the asphalt slides open and terminals rise up to connect with the current collectors located underneath the bus in just a few minutes. The battery can charge up a couple of percent, enough to make it to the next stop. The same technology will soon be applied to street cars as well, with the pass already sold in 40 cities. For those who detest touching public surfaces like bathroom doorknobs and subway railings, the Guardian Wave is a fantastic invention. This contactless unless viruses can jump high, the traffic light button keeps your hands germ free. However, this device has more features than just an infrared beam sensor. By making it programmable via Bluetooth, the manufacturers have also made it simple for installers. All they have to do is download the app, authorize the system, and access the parameters. The sturdy plastic used to make the Guardian Waves enclosure should shield it against forceful button pushing, inclement weather, and vandalism. Everybody has experienced the occasional day when traffic jams brought on by road construction lead them to be late for work. The goal of this innovative mobile traffic management system is to save vehicles everywhere from these inconveniences. In essence, it consists of two long beams that replace concrete barriers on roads. These beams automatically separate in the event of a pothole or a crack in the road, directing traffic into the adjacent lane and away from the troublesome one. To avoid any mishaps, a team of professionals, of course, sets up the area with signs and cones. We are in awe of the developers' confidence as they boldly call their system genius. Idea of crosswalks dates back to the 1940s, but today some people think their design is outdated. For instance, the British Engineering Centre Umbrum believes that crosswalks should be interactive. They have even created and showcased the first prototypes. Their crossings respond to weather conditions and traffic. They only appear when sensors detect the pedestrian is in a hurry if it's raining. The markings glow brighter if it's more convenient for people to cross the roads at an angle. The stripes stretch out on the asphalt diagonally when there is a large crowd of pedestrians. The crossing becomes wider. The system also creates a stop line for cars. It seems like the creators have thought of everything except for one thing. Now drivers will have to argue in courts that the computer is to blame for any confusion caused by the markings. Building a bridge over the workers is another way to prevent traffic jams during road construction. The Swiss Federal Road Administration recently finished an ambitious project installing steel structures and laying down the roadbed in a matter of days. The outcome was largely positive, with the exception of semi-trailer drivers who found the climb up to the bridge too steep, but the issue was quickly resolved when the engineers realized that they only needed to extend the inclined part of the structure, which would reduce the angle. The updated bridge test results will be released soon, and it's possible that this technology will be used extensively in the future. Bicycle lanes are usually marked on the road with solid white lines, but not all drivers follow the rules. Some may use the bike lane to overtake other cars. A German company called Hitten has a solution for this problem. They produce special plastic blocks that are screwed into the asphalt to protect cyclists from vehicles that don't belong in the bike lane. They also install soft rubber bollards that won't damage the car but will make it clear that it's better to turn back. The company's tests show that it's not easy to drive over this barrier. A car traveling at 80 kilometers per hour couldn't do it. Pattern specialists are enthusiastic about their product and proudly display their awards and prizes from industrial technology competitions. These road signs are not fragile ornaments, and a collision with them would not be good. They are mounted on a sturdy metal frame with wheels on an SUV or pickup truck can easily pull several of these trailers. The LED screens are raised to a vertical position using cables and electric motors are started remotely from a tablet. These signs are highly visible from a distance because they are made in the shape of a square with a side length of a little over a meter. The screen resolution is 48 into 48 pixels and the refresh rate is 1000 Hz. The creators note that the main advantage of their device is the speed of deployment and increased safety for workers. Few people would want to speed up when they see a large trailer with a red sign. The manufacturing of intelligent speed bumps will soon begin. These cutting-edge barriers only target speed limit violators in contrast to standard asphalt speed bumps. If a car is moving too fast, the bump's electronics will detect it and elevate a steel plate. Otherwise, drivers who obey speed limits and pay attention to signs won't even notice the bump. Numerous tests have previously shown how efficient these smart speed bumps are. Respecting the speed limit is preferable if you don't want to waste your money on ongoing chassis repairs. Crosswalks that illuminate on the road are already a common sight, but Hawk technology goes one step further. A crane truck is used to relocate the traffic signals and signs along the road, while ordinary road paint is used to paint the crosswalk markings. The system can also have tracking cameras that transmit pictures to an operator, and they are powered by a solar battery. When traffic needs to be controlled at huge events or construction zones, a park can be helpful. According to the producers, a remote controls button can be used to change the number of closed lanes. Hawk has a 69% pedestrian accident reduction rate, which is remarkable for such a simple device. There is always something criminals are up to. Professional criminals may now easily install explosive devices and tracking gadgets beneath a car since they are so small. Smugglers often purposefully affix containers containing illicit narcotics to their own cars. These scams can be uncovered with the aid of the under-vehicle monitoring equipment. There are two versions of the device, mobile and stationary. When a car passes over the system, it illuminates the underside with bright lamps and checks every component for foreign things. This is how both operate. Each inspection's findings are captured by a half-def camera which then transmits the image to an operator's monitor. This surveillance system will be especially helpful in the vicinity of pricey hotels, bus stops and airports. Instead of protecting the road infrastructure, this technology is meant to safeguard drivers. Support poles for transposed traffic signs are designed to shatter at the base in the event of an accident, reducing vehicle damage and ensuring the safety of the driver and any passengers. Tests have been conducted at speeds of 30 km per hour and 102 km per hour, and in both cases, the car was able to skid safely under the falling sign with only a dent in the bumper. According to the manufacturer, reinstalling the sign is simple if you know how the connection and L bracket operate. "92 tons of recycled tires, which would otherwise burn in landfills and release harmful smoke into the atmosphere, make up a 500 stretch of rubber guard barrier. Each block of the barrier requires 56 passenger vehicle tires plus a minor quantity of binding material, which accounts for less than 15% of the block's weight. These 400 kilogram blocks are ideal for separating pedestrian and vehicular zones or fencing of construction site entrances since, in contrast to concrete barriers, rubber ones do not shatter in extremely hot or cold climates. Because of this, they are an excellent option for any local government that wants to give environmental sustainability a priority." The ST2630P and up to 15 km per hour, the system groups every cargo into 4 groups and uses various colors to indicate each group. On the operator's inorganic materials such as salt and glass are designated green, metals are labeled blue, while screen organic compounds are labeled red and orange and purple, while black is used to identify heavier elements like lead. There is no need to be concerned about traffic bottlenecks because the scanner can pass through container walls up to 32 cm thick and the system can process up to 200 vehicles each hour. To ensure that nothing has been underreported, it is preferable to inspect the truck. The auto-fuel network of gas stations is becoming increasingly popular in Europe thanks to its unique service at these stations. Robots have completely replaced humans to fuel up. All you have to do is park at the fuel dispenser and select the type of fuel you want. A robotic arm then gently opens the tank. The lid with a suction cup unscrews, the plug is inserted, the hose is inserted, and your tank is filled up. The creators of autofuel say that they came up with the idea of using robots because of the rapid development of household technologies with high-speed internet and artificial intelligence already a reality. They wondered why people should still have to get out of their car in the cold and rain to pump gas. However, for those who prefer a more traditional experience, there is still manual refueling available. The continuous traffic has a significant influence on the manhole in the middle of the road. Road services frequently has issues due to the concrete rings holding the steel cover in place cracking under pressure. However, American manufacturer LabTech has a solution. They have created plastic rings that are impervious to impact, corrosion, salt, and hydrogen sulfide gas. The business is so sure of its products that they promise they won't need to be replaced or repaired for 100 years. Because they are created from plastic that would otherwise be burned without producing any useful products, these plastic rings also have the added virtue of being environmentally responsible. The advancements being made in sewer technology are astounding. Melbourne. A few years ago, Australia experienced severe traffic issues. The smarter road was established by the local administration to address this. Large LED displays are used by this system to control all traffic flows, telling drivers how long it will take to get there and modifying traffic lights according to the volume of vehicles and pedestrians. Although the system depends on contemporary technologies, human operators rather than robots work at its control center. Weak Roads, the organization responsible for smarter roads, employs a diverse workforce, including a group of women who are crucial in traffic monitoring from the control center, and they also implement creative solutions. This strategy has been successful in creating jobs and easing traffic congestion. No matter how many warning signs are installed to lower the incidence of accidents, trucks that are too tall for bridges and tunnels continue to cause accidents. Lumen has developed a method that employs laser beams on pillars. If a truck strikes the laser, they are placed close to places with limited height. At night, flashing lights will accompany the speech on the speakers telling the driver to halt or turn around. Lighting equipment is powered by a battery that is charged by a solar panel and is made to resist a variety of weather situations. Do you think I did my best according to the system? If a motorist speeds up and damages their trailer roof while ignoring the warning. The idea of separating cyclists from other traffic doesn't seem all that odd because cyclists frequently ride in parks and along roads outside of cities on designated lanes where they compete for space with cars and pedestrians. A company called Harriet is developing prefabricated modules for creating bike lanes above streets. These modules fit together like a Lego set to create a continuous area. They are made up of timber blocks supported by sturdy reinforced concrete beams. Because of the structure's little weight, installing the poles doesn't require more compression of the earth. This concept will probably be well received by cyclists, but skateboarders who wish to use it as well might pose some competition. To halt street races, a brand new obstacle known as BOSS has been developed. BOSS, which can stop speeding, is an acronym for Barrier on Strong Spikes. The vehicles are made out of 6 strips of tough sport bikes, each weighing 8 kilograms and can reach speeds of up to 48 kilometers per hour while weighing up to 7.1/2 tons. The sum one worker can deliver and assemble the barrier in a standard automobile because it weighs just under 70 kilograms. Because of the obstruction, the front wheels of even a semi-trailer cannot go farther with just rear-wheel drive. The truck renders the entire axle unusable. Anyone who ignores the cloth pyramids that mark the BOSS will undoubtedly regret it. What's that huge machine on 4 white tracks? Is it a tractor or a bulldozer? No, it's actually an RTX 1250, a unique machine designed specifically for trenching, whether it's making a roadside ditch or cutting a layer of soil for a crushed stone bed under asphalt. The RTX 1250 is up to the task. The use of tracks instead of wheels gives it impressive off-road capabilities, and its attachments can handle jobs of any complexity, including rock crushing, wheels plows, and trenches. The automatic engine speed distribution system adjusts power as needed, whether for digging or moving forward, with a total of 127 horsepower under the hood. Some may think it's not much, but for a turbocharged diesel engine designed for quiet operation, it's quite impressive.